Hello. Oh. Okay. Hello everyone. So in this video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about Godzilla in Fortnite. Now the reason why I'm making this video is because I feel like Fortnite could have done a couple of things to fix Godzilla, and I also feel like Fortnite could have done more things with him. So with that being said, let's get into this video. So Godzilla was added to the game on January 17th, 2025. And during his time of being in the game, people would consider him being one of the most funnest events in Fortnite. Now Godzilla has had collabs with other games in the past. However, I will say, there's a big difference between these ones and the other ones. And I could see why people would consider Fortnite's one of the best. And that is because you literally get to play as Godzilla. Now while Godzilla was pretty fun to use, stomping around and just destroying everybody on the map, there could have been more stuff added and there could have been more stuff that were fixed. And these things will be split into 5 categories throughout the video. Keep in mind that this is my opinion and my opinion only. You can agree or not agree, or you can give your own suggestions in the comments below. So let's start off with the first category. When you first land on the Fortnite island, there would be 3 things that you would notice immediately. The first thing being Godzilla's attacks, the second thing being Godzilla's lack of a neck, and the last thing being Godzilla's health. If you guys really look closely, you'll notice that Godzilla is losing health without actually taking any damage. And that's because Godzilla's health is on a timer. Yep, a bad part about being Godzilla is that your health is on a constant timer. So you only get to be the king of the monsters for a little while. And unfortunately, the players that are nearest to you will not be shooting at each other, but more be focused on you. The Monarch supply drops don't really help either. The weapons that the Monarch supply drops give you are supposed to do more damage to Godzilla than usual weapons. However, they are still obtained through normal chests, especially the railgun. The railgun is really easy to obtain, and that is super bad for the person playing as Godzilla. Not to mention, Godzilla has weak spots, which are his gills and dorsal plates. Now if too much damage is dealt to these weak points, Godzilla will get stunned. So if you were to get stunned while using atomic breath, stomping, or roaring, the action will be stopped, leaving Godzilla at a very vulnerable spot, because more people could still be shooting at those weak points, causing more damage. I mean, just look at my boy Dasani. His health is dropping faster than Drake's career. Hell, you'd have to be really lucky to be more than 5 minutes as Godzilla. The most I've seen Godzilla stomp around the maps in my games were around 3 minutes. That's why I feel like it'd be better to play as a duo or squad or trio or just some other person in your lobby. So that way they can focus on killing the people that are focused on killing you. So what could help with this? So with all these combined, you're basically screwed if you play as Godzilla alone. So what could help with this? Well, it's Godzilla's regeneration. Almost every single Godzilla in the franchise has it. While some regenerate off screen, or some regenerate on screen, Godzilla has always had this ability. So Godzilla's health should have really been going up instead of down. Now you guys are probably thinking that would make Godzilla way too overpowered. But here's how I see it. We had to do some missions that would hype up Godzilla's arrival. Those being evacuation signs. And then at some parts on the map, you had to plant these kaiju detection beacons, which I guess would detect Titan activity. So you have to do all this stuff for his arrival, just for Godzilla to then die 3 minutes into the game. At least this would have Godzilla feel more like a boss and an actual threat, instead of him just, dying very easily. I just feel like the hype was too much for what we actually got, Like I said, this is my opinion and my opinion only. You can put your own opinions in the comments below and I'll gladly read them and have a conversation with you. But anyways, for now, let's move on to the next category. While playing as Godzilla, you will notice that Godzilla has 3 main attacks. Godzilla's attacks are his roar, which detects players, a stomp that sends players flying nearby, and his signature atomic breath. However, there was something missing from these attacks, something that really matched legendary Godzilla's personality, and that is his tail. As we all know, Godzilla loves using his tail, especially legendary Godzilla. Hell, he uses it in every single MonsterVerse movie that he's in. And from what I know, he even uses it in some collabs. He's even used it in older movies. You get the idea. Godzilla loves his tail. So how can this be added to the game? Well, I have a couple ideas for that one. For any of you sweaty PC players in the audience, here's what a controller looks like. And here's what a bar of soap looks like. Please, use it. Now the way to use Godzilla's tail would be easy. You'd have to use these 2 buttons at the top. And for keyboard, you have to use these right and left keys. The reason for why you would use 2 buttons or 2 keys for Godzilla's tail is because the tail's movement would depend on which side of buttons you choose to use. For example, if you were to click on the left side, the tail would move left first. If you were to click on the right side, the tail would move right. While using the tail, Godzilla would still be moving, which is different than the other attacks because they constantly have you standing still. But this one allows you to move and cause a lot more damage. Plus, if you were at a seaport, it would help with clearing out people who are camping under the tracks. This attack would have left Godzilla less vulnerable, but also be able to do damage at the same time. A truly useful weapon for the King of the Monsters. Godzilla's medallion is only obtained when Godzilla is dead, and the medallion is given to the person who did the most damage to Godzilla. However, it's nothing special really. It's just the Hades particles that allow you to dash, just pink, and not skulls. I kind of feel like the medallion could have been used for more things, and here's what I had in mind. First of all, so the player doing the most damage to Godzilla would receive the medallion. However, if they were to pick it up, instead of having the ability to dash, they would then crash down on the map as Godzilla. If you didn't realize, this is similar to the Thanos collab that happened back in Chapter 1 Season 4. When Thanos would die in the game, he would drop the Infinity Gauntlet, and if you were to pick it up, you would become Thanos. Same thing here, just with Godzilla. Now let's say you were in a duos, squads, or trios match. Well, they would get the effects of the medallion. And just like in the Thanos collab, if you were to die, you would die permanently. If you were in a game with friends, they would have to reboot you. This could increase the chances of players who wanted to get Godzilla but weren't able to get him before. Now I know this section isn't too big, but that's because there's not much I have to say on it. The only thing I had to really say is that Godzilla should have gotten a new style. Kind of like the bonus rewards, if you completed and collected everything from the Godzilla rewards, you would be able to get a new set of challenges. And if you completed these challenges, you would get the thermonuclear Godzilla style. Now no, this sadly is not an official skin or style. This is a custom skin made by someone else. But if it were real, the style would have its very own back bling as well, which would look the same as the other back blings for Godzilla. However, instead of the dorsal plates being blue or pink, they'd be orange, and the armored plates on the dorsal plates would look melted and destroyed. They also have to do some modifications to Godzilla's design. In my opinion, he looks like the Playmates toy, where his neck is really fat for some reason. I mean, just look at this photo. He really does look like they gave him the Mike Tyson treatment. Now like I said, this section is going to be really short because I personally don't have a problem with any of the other skins. So let's just move on to the next section. If you ask me, I feel like the Monsterverse could have played a bigger role during this time. Not only because of Godzilla, but also because of other things. I mean, we could have gotten a Kong mode, and yes, that is coming from me. I know I don't like Kong, but it would have been fun to rampage around the map as Kong. We also could have gotten an event where Godzilla could have fought a monster from Fortnite itself. Kind of like, you know, the Devourer from back in Season 9. I mean, you're lying if you say that you don't want to see a beam clash between Godzilla and this guy. That would look sick and you know it. Anyways, I think that's gonna be the end of the video. I don't have much to say, and honestly, I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. And also, I'm kind of done with the schedule that I had before of uploading on holidays. This video would have went up around the time when Godzilla was still around, but my dumbass had to wait for February 14th, and on that day, I didn't even get to upload it because I wanted to spend time with my significant other. So, I'm very sorry for that. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe to the channel. It will really help a lot. And like I said, put in your ideas in the comments so I can read it. I love reading your comments. And anyways, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.